All right, we are live. Well, not live, but we're recording once again. Sounds going well. How are you doing today? This is Aluminum Tarot. We're going to be doing the reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising for the month of March 2026. I have laid out the cards, shuffled them, put them out here, and it is a bit of a mess for the Cancerians here. So I'm going to try to make the most sense that I can of it. This will pose a bit of a challenge, but I will try to at least intuitively dive into what's taking place with these cards. Sorry, I have a bit of not a cotton mouth because I've been doing something, but cotton mouth because I just have a dry throat from speaking today and doing the readings and all this other stuff. So bear with me as I try to adjust to this. We're going to see what energies come out for you for this month. I'll do my best to kind of be as straightforward as possible and, clarify the cards as they are. That said, if you like what you see here, please be sure to give a like, share, subscribe, ding the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Also, feel free to leave comments below as to how this relates to you. Remember, this is just an algorithm of energies that come out. They apply to the program of your life. And that said, let's jump right into it. So, Cancer. For you, the first card we have has a bunch of naked people on it, so I have to be a bit careful with YouTube and its algorithms. Speaking of which, Judgment card is about divine intervention into something and making a final judgment call on a specific situation. In the reverse, that's not happening. It's delayed, or it's put off, or it's not to your liking. And the reason why you have this challenge coming out is the Justice card in the reverse. So you feel that something's unfair, possibly unbalanced. There's no reciprocity in something. And then the Two of Swords. So whatever it is that you're feeling is that you want something with someone, but that person is blocking you, and you feel that that is a very unfair treatment towards yourself. So that said, this does feel to me like a bit of a love reading. It is what it is. But I'm going to just be as straightforward and honest as I can about it. When you have these types of situations where you want something to come about, but it's up to another person to decide if that's going to take place, or even if it does take place, you have to be careful about that, because what it means is that the other person has all of the power, and you're essentially giving that power to someone to determine your own happiness. So that said, in the recent past, you had the Ace of Swords, clarify the Ace of Swords in the reverse. You have the Ace of Swords clarified by the Five of Wands. So with this is basically an argument and then no communication after that. So whatever happened, there was a bit of conflict. The two of you stopped speaking, and then it's basically continued from there. In all of this, you feel like you've missed an opportunity to actually have something with this person. And that said, it's we'll clarify that in a bit. What we do notice is that in the end of this, we have more of this unfinished business type energy, which is basically the World in reverse. I don't care if I get flagged by YouTube. These are fucking cards. I don't understand why YouTube has to be so preschool with everything that it's doing on this channel. We then also have the Ten of Wands in the reverse. So it's almost like as if you know that even though it's finished, you just don't want the burden, you want to drop it. And additionally, you want to get unstuck from the situation anyway. So that's probably the reason why, even though you know that this cycle is incomplete, you're ready to drop the burden of it and not allow it to commandeer everything that takes place in your life, including your own mental health, your happiness, and things of that nature. So that said, this is a very Cancerian read. There's a lot of up and down moodiness that's taking shape in this reading. But I also see a few other energies here that are really important. So you have maybe like, you have the Judgment cards, that's Sagittarius, Libra, which is the Justice. A lot of Libra, Gemini, Aquarius in these cards. And the world being Capricorn as well. There's a Leo and an Aries card here as well later on down the road, which I'll explain in a bit. At your very core, you have Five of Pentacles in the reverse. No, Five of Pentacles actually in the upright. And then you have the King of Cups in the reverse. So what's taking place here is that whatever has put you out in the cold has made you feel emotionally switched off. And for you, dealing with that feeling of despondency makes you feel as if it's very difficult for you to find a way out or to see a way out from the situation. So I'm going to quickly take a drink. Okay. I swear, after 3 readings, I cannot speak or say out more because it drains my throat. It's like really, really difficult to speak after that period. So in saying that, it's almost like you know that you feel out, you're left out in the cold from this relationship. You feel a feeling of despondency, and for you, it's not something that is a very comfortable, emotion for you. It's almost like feeling like a husk of yourself, feeling empty within, and not seeing a way forward from it. And in what's known or what's in the conscious field, is that you have the King of Swords and you have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. So whatever has taken shape with you, you feel that there's an individual, maybe they're a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but also this is a person where you're trying to find out what this person has done that has led to this situation. So it's almost like you're putting on a cold exterior. If this is you, you're putting on a cold exterior in the face of being found out and feeling guilty. So it's like, no, there was no condom on the floor. You're just imagining things, or no, I wasn't stealing money from the office. This is an illusion, or something, similar to that. I think that if this is someone else, then you're catching them in this kind of situation. So someone is getting caught. Normally, the King of Swords is an authority figure that is safeguarding other things. So the swords are a defense system as well as intellectually inclined. So when you have to deal with this, oftentimes you'll see that the King of Swords is often equated to someone in the military or the police. And so if you're dealing with the police, that's not a good sign. If you are phoning the police to get something to be revealed, that's a different sign. Either way, it feels like there is an authority stepping in to find out what this person or this individual has been doing, even if that individual is you or someone close to you. And that said, we're looking to what's taking place in the near future again. So with that World card in the reverse, and then the Ten of Wands in the reverse, and then the Hangman also in the reverse, it's like a massive block. And it's almost like an overwhelming burden that something has not been completely revealed, understood, known. Because that's what the King of Swords does. He knows things, he's incredibly intellectually capable, and he is a master of communication as well. So he's the one that would go in, he would know that things are taking place, know that things are taking shape, he would look for all the clues, and then he would be able to come to he would be able to deduce a conclusion based on everything that's happened. So notwithstanding that, for the outcome of this, there's a lot of conflicting energies. You have the King of Pentacles in the reverse, Strength in the reverse, and the Emperor. I feel like, and this is coming to my mind, so take it as you will. If you are dealing with someone that you are currently divorcing and they are blocking the progress of that divorce for whatever selfish reason that they can, you may be seeking help from an authority figure a lawyer or someone who's skilled at communication to find out how to deal with this individual to make sure that they cannot block your progress. And that's kind of the energy that I'm getting here. And that would explain the reason why you're feeling so despondent within. But in the exterior, what you're doing is you're trying to keep a straight face. You're trying to hold it together to try to find out how you can get rid of this, this twat that's basically ruining your life. That's one scenario for someone specific that I would say, because King of Pentacles in the reverse, Strength in the reverse, the Emperor. The Emperor is typically a husband figure or a masculine figure in a strong relationship. And when I pulled the signifier, you have these two cards. This is the Fool and also the Empress. You want to be free, fully free, and capable of taking flight in your own life. You want to feel abundant. You want to feel like you're capable of manifesting those goals and ambitions for your own life. You want to be free to move. You don't want to be stuck in anything, because this is the signifier talking about what this is all about. You want this, what you have been getting. You've been getting a lot of this stuck, kind of stagnant energy. And it's almost like a battle to emancipate yourself. And that can be a very difficult thing, especially when you're embroiled in legal battles. If it's not a legal battle that you're dealing with, it's almost like a recognition that something is draining your time and energy and resources, your money and all these things. So you now have to find and make a conclusive decision that is going to alleviate all of that and help you to get back into a better standing. The Emperor is all about stability, authority, power. And being a number 4, that's what that represents. Now, it's important for you to then understand what you can do next in order for this to come into the 4. Because what we see here, we see a new romantic cycle begin. So there's a lot of Libran energy in this reading. I'm getting Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Libra twice, and then more Aquarius and more Libra. So if you have Aquarius and Libra in your chart, then this is definitely a reading. And then I get like, yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. So whatever it is that you're battling, remember, your emancipation comes at a cost. And unfortunately, that's what happens, especially if you're dealing with a committed relationship that's lasted a long time, especially that of a marriage. If you're finding that court systems or any other systems are taking a long time to make a judgment call on your divorce, or maybe on a situation that you want to take in your own life, then you'll have to unblock yourself and finally find a way forward. So that's what I can ask for that. What is going to be the advice for Cancer? What's the advice for Cancer? Your card, of course. Clarify. So what I'm getting here, you have the Moon card, and then you have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Think about your emotional state that has taken place over the course of this whole battle or embroilment, this entanglement, even if you want to call it that. Moon card is all about depression, trying to find your way sometimes in the darkness, fumbling in the dark to try to find your pathway forward. Queen of Wands can be anger, bitterness, resentment, but it can also be a lack of confidence. So if that's the case in your situation, try not to allow those things to take control in your life. You want to be the one that's in control. You want to be at the forefront of this battle. you want to march yourself into victory. And I think that once you receive the support that you need from other people, I think this will give you a lot of movement forward, and you can finally get out of your head and finally experience life in a much better, conducive way. So, whatever cancer needed to hear that, that is your message for today. Even if it's just one person who's, a passerby on this channel. Thank you so very much. This has been Aluminum Tarot reading for sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising for the month of March 2026. Thank you so very much for your time and energy that you show this channel. I do appreciate it. And until next time, love and light.